Hey y'all, it's me, Erica. I know y'all think, hey, this is kind of weird. She's actually recording instead of going live. I was live yesterday. My eyes kind of wanted to trip out, so I was like, I'll just go ahead and record this message. Yesterday, I was sitting there and I was led. I was thinking about my life, and I was like, y'all know I post a lot of pictures, living in Hawaii, which is our life. Everything you see is what I'm doing, and that is the glorious part. Well, the beautiful part. The place is just beautiful where Brian and I live, and two of my children and their families live. So it is a beautiful place. But I also was led yesterday to share, so many times we see the beautiful, the great places and stuff like that, but it's also we have a life behind that. Not saying our lives are all intertwined in what you see, the pictures I post, but things going behind the scenes that what we call real life. And I thought, I would just come and share what actually this real life is. We've been going through. Well, I've been going through quite a bit of things, and Brian, my support system, my husband has been going through some things, and I just want to encourage somebody out there. The past 2 weeks, it's like I have been getting diagnosed with everything that is weird, not weird, but just unsettling. Let's just say that. I will say, many of you know I was born with a abnormal heart. Instead of having 4 chambers like a normal person, I have like 5 because I have a membrane in a certain part of my heart. So many know that I've had that I was born with it, but I didn't find out until I was like 33. But every year I get my heart checked and make sure everything is okay. And this particular time, I went a few weeks ago, had my test done, and when it came back, the results actually shocked me and the doctor. He was like, you have heart failure. Now, I had heart disease. So I was like, what? He said, you have heart failure and you have pulmonary hypertension. And he said, I'm shocked to see that because when I saw you, you did not present any of those signs, which to me, I was like, what? Because I've known people and I've seen the symptoms of heart failure and pulmonary hypertension. We're not talking about regular hypertension. We're talking about pulmonary, which affects your lungs. And I was like, okay. And he was like, do you have any problems with walking or no? And not only that, they said, I have fluid building around my heart. And I'm like, he was like, you don't feel nothing? I'm like, nah. But to say that, which of course it was rough hearing that, but it's like, okay, I have this, but I just don't have the symptoms. Then another issue was going, same time, synonymous with it, that female organs, shall I say, they're trying to make sure I don't have something pre-cancerous because what I have can lead to cancer. So they're trying to do preventive measures all at the same time. And I'm like, what in the living world? But, you hear it, but then after a while you kind of get numb because one thing I know who's in complete control of, my life and stuff like that. Also, I have an amazing husband who's been right there. We even joke when we go into the doctor's offices, when we pull into the garage, because we're like, we need to buy stock in here. It's like our second home. But it's just reassuring to have a spouse there with you that is very supportive and don't let you waddle in your pity. He lets you have your moment, but he don't let you stay there. As well as a heck of a family that I absolutely love and adore. And not only that, a while back they had told me about my eyes. I'm like, okay, eyes, all right. But I had to go back and they did a scan and then they said, come back because we see something wrong with your eyes. And I'm like, Lord, have mercy. And then I went, and of course, I have something called age-driven molecular degeneration, found out last night. That also, some of my family members have it. So it is hereditary, which you can go blind. There's nothing you can cure. Eventually, your sight just gets worse. But one thing also, again, with that, the doctor said, I'm amazed that you see 20/20 with your glasses on. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, you sure you're not seeing stuff? Nope, not seeing stuff. So once again, I have all these things going on, but I have them, but they're not presenting themselves as symptoms, and I really don't feel it. Now last night when I went live, that's probably because they had dilated my eyeballs. But I'm gonna tell you what, and to say all that, don't stop living. I really believe what could be the factor why I don't feel these symptoms is simply because I am not, how can you say, I'm not subscribing. I live life, man. One thing Brian and my family can tell you, they'll say Erica tried it. Yeah, I wanted to go to the water. Almost. I wanted to go snorkeling in the water at Shark's Cove. And I was dehydrated and almost, yeah. But needless to say, Erica always tries. Erica is always gonna do it. Erica is gonna live life to the fullest without any regrets. I love traveling, and I'm gonna tell you, y'all might say, Erica, how you tired of thing into traveling? Living your life and being happy where you are and what you do, you might have stuff going on, but it's weird because it's not manifesting itself. You have it, but the symptoms don't manifest, if you know what I'm saying. Which I thank God for. Brian always say, I'm being held together by Band-Aids and glue. But you know what? I'm being held together by God. He got a plan for me, and it's amazing how doctors look at me and they like, how are you doing all this? But you have this, but you don't look like it. I don't know. And I don't have the symptoms. I don't know. But I know who my God is. And I know how wonderful he is. I know this was kind of long. I'm trying to put it on Facebook, but at 7 minutes, I don't think it's going to quite make it there. But I just wanted to encourage somebody that keep going. No matter what, just keep going, man. Live your life. See things and do things. Live the best life you can. Like I said, those pictures that I post, they are real. That's my life. I'm at a place where I really like that. I wanted to be kind of all my life on the island, living the island life. And he gave it to us. And then I'm supported by a wonderful husband that God sent, and a wonderful family that support me, and a wonderful God who never lets me down. All right. Hope I encourage somebody today. Love you. Take care. Bye-bye.